Welcome back, folks. Today I want to do something a little different than what we normally do, and that is I just want to go over three of some of my either favorite or most heard or most common shooting myths that just refuse to die. We've all heard them. You spend enough time in the gun shop, you're going to hear something wildly insane that just makes you step back in appallment as to what they said. Now, this isn't one of the threes, but here's your bonus. I heard of a fellow in a gun shop a while back who bought a block of 10 270 Winchesters. 270 Winchester's a fine gun. I'm not sure what I'd do with 10 of them unless I was arming a deer camp. But I asked him, why 10 270 Winchesters? And he said, oh, you don't know? Well, it's for when the communists invade the 270s I bought to pierce through the tanks, because a 270 will penetrate body armor. It'll penetrate tank armor too. That's one of those where I stepped back and went back to looking at the gunpowder I'd originally come in to buy. So there's your bonus. Now let's get into the three. My first favorite, you can't miss with a shotgun. Folks, I assure you, you absolutely can miss with a shotgun, and people do it all the time. If you're convinced you can't miss with a shotgun, go stand and watch a trap range or go shoot trap yourself. You can very easily miss with a shotgun. Now, I do understand there is a caveat with that that's typically intended at home defense distances. I'm going to use my home for example, and no, I'm not giving you a video tour, but in my home, the farthest feasible shot, like the absolute farthest shot I can take, is not more than 4 yards. I live in a relatively small home, so some of you this will be different for. Maybe if you guys are living out in the Taj Mahal, you've got big, long engagement distances, and hey, great for you. I don't, and I know many people don't. Now, I know 4 yards, that number will change for a lot of you. Some of you may have 7, 10, whatever. That doesn't matter. For me, it's 4, so we're going to use that as an example. Most people that use a shotgun for home defense use double-aught buck. And out of a standard 18 to 20 inch barrel, your average double-aught buck expands a nominal 1 inch in pattern for every 1 yard of distance traveled. So that means at 1 yard, you're going to have a 1 inch pattern, at 5 yards, a 5 inch pattern, at 10 yards, a 10 inch pattern, so on and so forth. Now, there becomes a distance where that doesn't apply and the pattern just wildly opens up. But for the distances that we're discussing, we're going to use that nominal 1 inch for every 1 yard traveled. Well, if you think about a 4 inch distance or a 4 inch pattern at 4 yards inside my particular home, one 18-inch torso, 4 inches isn't going to cover that at all. You can very easily miss with a 4 inch pattern, especially if you're using one of the pistol shotguns that has the very short 12, 14-inch barrels, the actual pistol grip that doesn't have a stock on it. Those are incredibly easily to miss with, even at very close range where you don't think they would. I'll be completely honest, I don't have a ton of experience on them, and there's a reason for that. I picked one up and tried to shoot it. Couldn't hit worth a darn, but I pick up my 20-inch express sighted 870 and I can hit what I'm shooting at every time. Now, I understand there's some benefits to those short guns in close quarters. They're just not my choice. If they are your choice, hey, that's great. Get out there and practice with them, because guess what? You can absolutely miss. My second favorite myth, and this is heard around a lot of hunting camps or where people are telling a lot of stories about hunting or gun shops or wherever, and it's, I hit that animal so hard the bullet knocked it off its feet. And they reference either the animal jumping up in the air or doing a backflip or something like that, and they say, wow, that bullet hits hard. Well, no, the bullet didn't hit that hard. You didn't overturn a hundred of pound animal by shooting it with a 6.5. That's a nervous system reaction. When the nervous system feels that initial shock, a lot of times its limbs extend, and yes, the animal may jump straight up and fall, it may do a backflip, it may flip over onto its side. Those things do happen. I'm not saying they don't happen. I'm saying the reason that they happened is not because your 6'5 Creedmoor is the king of firepower and ripped it out of its hooves. What it is a nervous system reaction. And now for the final one. Well, and this is discussed a lot in home defense and things like that. Well, I'm just going to hide behind the fridge, or I'm going to hide behind the stove. I'm going to hide behind the bed. And that's good cover. No, folks, no, it's not. There's very few things in your home that are good cover, and I assure you the fridge, the stove, the bed, the washing machine, those are not good cover. The Probably the best cover you're ever going to find in a home is an old steel bathtub that's got some enamel on it. That might stop something. But your fridge, not cover, it's concealment. Your dishwasher, not cover, it's concealment. Your bed is most certainly not cover, it's concealment. Now, there's nothing wrong with having concealment, but you do need to realize there is a significant difference between cover and concealment. Concealment means strictly they cannot see you, but if they shoot at you, they're still going to hit you. Cover, it doesn't matter if they see you or not because you're not going to be hit. Good cover is dirt, you know, armored panels, big, thick concrete walls to a point. A lot of bullets will go through concrete, but certain concrete walls are good cover. Cars, where the engine block is. A car itself is not good cover. A 22 Magnum will zip right through a car. But where the engine block is, if you hit the engine block or some of the components in the engine block, hey, that's not bad cover. So know your difference between cover and concealment. Folks, this is a little shorter video for you today. This is just some of my favorite myths. I'd love to hear some of your favorite myths. Jump on down to the comments section. Let me know all about them. Until next time, this is Chuck with Practical Marksmanship Reloaded.